on the sidelines for a long time. Now I'm finally getting in the game. It's about time. 'Cause this is my time. This is my time. The only thing I consider impossible is losing. I've been waiting on the sidelines for a long time. Now I'm finally getting in the game. It's about time. 'Cause this is my time. This is my time. The only thing I
What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to TD Fans Talk, home of the real Miami Dolphin fans. Y'all punch that like button on your way in the building. Again, let your friends and family members know about the channel. We are live here another day where the Miami Dolphins are out here with some action, another trade, and we're going to break it all down right here on TD Fans Talk, home of the real Miami Dolphin fans. The Miami Dolphins trade for the New York Giants tight end, Darren Waller. Coming up next. All right, ladies and gentlemen, another blockbuster trade. Not quite. All right, let me break it all down. Darren Waller is now a Miami Dolphin. I'm going to tell you all you need to know about Darren Waller, some things you may have known, some things that you will need to know, and the implications for the Miami Dolphins. As you all know, we made blockbuster trades yesterday where we sent Jalen Ramsey and Jonnu Smith, 2 Pro Bowlers, to the Pittsburgh Steelers in exchange for Minka Fitzpatrick and some, pick swaps and stuff like that in the later rounds. But we know that we ended up in that trade having, instead of 1 hole, we ended up with 2. All right. And with that being said, we had to figure out the tight end position. Julian Hill is our tight end. And outside of that, many don't know who the tight ends are. But the Dolphins put some work in and they bring in Darren Waller via trade. Now, this trade is a conditional swap of picks, 7th rounder, 6th rounder, swapping if certain things are met. This is one of those conditional deals. Darren Waller gets a 1 year up to $5 million. So for people around here saying, oh man, they paid him $5 million. No, they did not. They gave him a contract of 1 year up to $5 million. The key emphasis on up to, because this contract, which we are waiting on the details, I'm pretty confident it's going to have a lot of qualifications in it. Things that, milestones and things that you have to achieve in order to actually get it up to the $5 million. So the base amount, we don't know. But I'm pretty confident that the contract is probably laced through and through with playing time and things of that nature. And the conditional pick swap is also conditional, meaning things have to happen. And I'm confident that that also has to do with playing time. The reason why this dealing with a lot of playing time complications, we're about to break that down. But I'm going to tell you up front, I'm going to go ahead and let the cat out the bag. I'm not a fan of this trade. It doesn't hurt, but it certainly doesn't help. And I'm going to break that down. Now, is Darren Waller a great tight end? He was. I've always wanted Darren Waller to be a Dolphin. I remember when he was in with the Raiders back then, I was like, man, we need to go get Darren Waller. That's the type of guy you want. I viewed him in his best days as way better than Jonnu Smith. And remember when he was with the Raiders putting up back-to-back 1,100-yard seasons, one of them I think was like 1,200. And then things start going downhill from there. But that's neither here nor there. We know that he's shown some things in his career to be great, but we're talking about now, who is Darren Waller, okay? First of all, we're not getting a blocking tight end. That's number one. But we don't need a blocking tight end because we really are just looking for someone to make up for the pass catching threat that Jonnu Smith was. And Darren Waller's the type of guy where, when he was at his best, yes, this is what you want. Matter of fact, it was better. I'm telling you, this guy was better than Jonnu ever was. But it's time to tell the story of what happened to Darren Waller. Ladies and gentlemen, in 2023, Darren Waller decided he was going to play with the New York Giants, in which he had 52 receptions, 552 yards, and 1 touchdown. Not, jumping out the gym, but that's a little bit of productivity from a tight end, serviceable, But what's important is when you look at the career that he had, Darren Waller had been in the pros for 8 years. He spent 7 years with the Raiders. His first 3 years, he was non-existent. Nobody even cared. And remember, there was a lot of drama and things going on with him early on. But when he hit the scene, he really hit the scene. In 2019 and 2020, back-to-back huge seasons. One season, he had 90 catches and 1,145 yards and 3 touchdowns. The next season, he had 107 catches for 1,200 yards and 9 touchdowns. Big baller season. Then it went down. It wasn't terrible, but it was only 55 receptions for 665 and 2 touchdowns, half of the production across the board. Then it went down yet again with the Raiders, only 28 receptions, 388 yards, and 3 touchdowns. And that's the beginning of his decline. But he did go to the Giants, in which he had 52 receptions, 552 yards, and 1 touchdown. Like I said, serviceable, right? That ain't nothing wrong with that. You have a tight end like that on your team and feel good, okay, all right, a little something, right? But then we got into some mess and it wasn't mess, but he started getting hurt and banged up bad. He was dealing with a lot of injuries, ladies and gentlemen. Dealing with a lot of injuries. And while he was dealing with a lot of injuries, something happened. He had a very scary situation where he struggled to breathe and spent 4 days in the hospital, unable to perform basic functions like walking, using the restroom, feeding himself. It was bad. And the details of the situation was he described it as he was feeling fevers, chills, uncomfortable shaking, and he lost consciousness in his room and called 911. This was right after a game. He said he wasn't feeling well in the game, and after the game, he said he had fever, chills, uncomfortable shaking, and he lost consciousness and called 911. Which landed him in the hospital for 4 days, unable to walk or care for himself. Now, he since said the pre-existing injuries had nothing to do with this moment. His pre-existing injuries had nothing to do with this moment, but something came over him and he realized he almost lost his life. And he retired from the NFL. And we all get that. Here's my biggest concern. For the Miami Dolphins' sake, and for your knowledge sake, ladies and gentlemen, it's important that you know that that isn't the full reason why he retired. And this is why I'm not such a fan of this move. And I'm going to explain it to you. Not only did he feel like he almost lost his life and he decided to retire, he also made it very clear that his love and passion for the game of football had already been declining and declining and declining. He made that clear. His passion for the game hadn't been there the same anymore. Even before this, it started to decline. and he ended up retiring for medical reasons with what he went through, and the fact that the game had been good to him, and his desire, his passion for it wasn't there as much anymore. And from what I understand, he went on to pursue a music career and all of that. Think I've even seen his video, if I'm not mistaken. I believe I remember seeing his video. And now all of a sudden the Giants still hold his rights. And here come the Dolphins. We got to do something to overshadow losing Jonnu. Give the fans still hope, because the Minka deal was a good deal for Miami, given the circumstance that Ramsey wanted out. See, if Ramsey didn't want out, it would have been the most terrible deal ever, holistically. But since we know Ramsey wanted out, it ended up being a good deal because you bring back a really good player in return. But the team is suffering. The team isn't ready to compete, and you got to sell us on competing. And here come the Dolphins. How do we replace Jonnu? You go get a retired player who played none of 2024. I forgot to add that. This wasn't a retirement after this year. He didn't play a single snap last year. He retired in 2023. And here we are in 2025, and he wants to come out of retirement, and the agent gets him up to $5 million. So I'm sorry. I'm not sitting here, oh man, Darren Waller. I don't even know who he is right now as an athlete. I don't know what he has as an athlete. I don't know what his true compassion and desire to play the game is as an athlete. And furthermore, we might end up getting shafted in preseason or training camp. He might come out there, oh man, I forgot about this work. I'm all right. I'm going to go ahead and re-retire. That is a real possibility of re-retiring. So I'm going to view this as a camp body, that if he's willing to go the distance, then so are we. I have no expectations of this trade. And it might work out to be the most beautiful blessing ever for us, or it doesn't. But I'm not going to have any expectations from it. I'm not going to be around here like we got Darren Waller. I mean, let me stop lying. I might gas them up a little bit out here in these streets, like we got something. But overall, the reality is it ain't worthy of gassing up this situation. JD the Great said waste of draft capital. I kind of disagree, and here's why. It's a swap. We get Waller, we give them a 6th, and they give us a 7th. If he meets the requirements, it is a conditional pick swap, 6 and 7. It's conditional. So if he does deliver and be the guy for us, swapping a 6 and a 7, who cares? Perfect. Good job. So, and don't even look at it as a 6th. Remember, we're swapping. We're giving them a 6, but we're getting back a 7. So it's like giving them a late 6th, early 7th, depending on how good you are as a team. So it's conditional on if he even plays. But this move was simply to simmer down everybody and say, hey, we brought in a tight end. All this Kyle Pitts conversation and stuff like that. You know how I told you'll know what the team doing based off of what they do with Zealer? Well, I was also looking at this tight end situation. If they go get a Kyle Pitts or whatever like that, I'm like, okay, look at them. They might actually be trying to do something, revive some people. But you once again, because if you go get a Kyle Pitts, you got to give a deal that's going to be extended or something. But you go get the guy that's going to give you zero cap implications going into next season and further on. The Dolphins, I keep telling y'all keep ignoring the directive I keep telling y'all. The Miami Dolphins are only trying to get players for right now, nothing long term. And I can't wait for the Dolphins collective tonight because I got to ask these guys, what we about to do about Minka's contract? What are we going to do? Are we about to re him up or something? What are we about to do? I can't wait to hear what they got to say about that. Because I see what they think about the trade. Greer pulled a magic trick and all of that is what they're saying. But technically, this was a win-win on both sides, both teams. I mean, Pittsburgh wins big time. They're like, I'm not paying Fitzpatrick what he's probably going to be worth at the end of this year or right now. I'm not. So let's go ahead and ship him now. And we in a window trying to go to win. Let's get something for it. And these two guys going to help us win, Ramsey and Jonnu. Cap, what up, homie? He said there is no way you can spend this just to save $9 million. We got 2 players for 1 year. Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, there ain't no spinning. There ain't no spin cycle on this, man. Yesterday you live with that. It ain't a bad idea because you had to get rid of Ramsey. So, all right, we got back Fitzpatrick. At least we got another guy who can play the position, right? But the way you went about replacing Jonnu, you obviously downgraded and gave yourself even more uncertainty. I don't know what this guy's going to do. And I don't know his situation. Has he grown a newfound love for the game where he missed it and want to come back? Or is the money running dry in the rap career? Or, I mean, I don't know what it is. Or maybe he coming to camp to get a few checks to pay for his next video. I don't know. I have no clue. But we going to find out. But this don't move not one iota of a needle. Yes, you're correct. Waller was a Pro Bowl tight end. You are correct. He was about 4 years ago. And he retired because he was starting to lose the love of the game and he had a health scare. Somebody say we funding his rap career, TD. You got to invite him on the show. We'll see. I might have him on, man. We might do a versus, man. What up, Waller? Walla, walla, walla. Walla, walla. I don't know, man. We'll see. But yeah, this is but you know what? You never know, man. This might turn out to be like, man, this cat done came in, revived his career, and he Pro Bowler again. I don't know. I have no clue. But I ain't gonna sit here and gas this up. I'm not about the 93 Supreme this. I'm about the 87 ethanol or whatever it is. Oh man, so the Dolphins make another move. And if you don't notice, every move they make are limited moves with limitations. And here's the thing that I think people don't understand. The Minka Fitzpatrick move, that's still a limitation until you give him a contract. Until you give him a deal, that's still a limitation. You probably going to have Minka for 1 year unless you re-up his contract long term. Because regardless of Minka Fitzpatrick's last 2 years of not being the best, he's still going to be worth top dollar. Because he's still capable of being the best, and he's still technically with his age in that last 3-year window. So let's see what Miami does. But I'm gonna tell you now, we bargain shopping, man. He ain't the only one. I'm pretty sure we're gonna have 2 more retired players they gonna bring in. It's probably 2 more retired players they gonna end up bringing in. They're not trying to spend any significant money to advance this roster right now. And remember, Darren Waller up to $5 million. I can't wait to see the terms of it. Remember, Jonnu was making like 4.5. All they did is just gave Jonnu money and got a better contract out of it by saying up to, because if you don't hit all of them, it's nothing. Let me hit some of these super chats and memberships. Shout out to Joel Fields. Just became a member of the channel. Salute to you, brother. Thank you for the love and support you're showing TD Fins Talk by becoming a member on a monthly basis. All love. All right. If you want to become a member, hit that join button to join the family. Listen, if you can't, it's okay. You're still part of the family. These are just the individuals that are dedicating themselves to the channel and helping it do bigger and better things and helping me be able to hit breaking news like this whenever I want to. Okay. As soon as it comes. So salute to you, Joel. Welcome to the family. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. All right. And also those who are already members, you have the distinct ability to gift other people memberships, which is pretty dope. All right. So if you want to gift anyone a membership, you're able to do that as well. Real quick, let me see. Since we got a new member, all right, let me go ahead. All right, give me a second. All right, let me show some love. All right, real quick, I want to show some love. Joel inspired me to go ahead myself and gift 5 memberships to the channel. Okay, I just gifted 5 people memberships. Thank you, Joel, for becoming a member and inspiring the gifting of 5 more memberships. Rob, you just received a membership. Kendrick L at M at R, so Lamar, you just received a membership. Also, Habitual Line Stepper, you just received a membership. I am _ Tucci just received a membership, and Alfredo just received a membership. All right. Congrats to you. And again, salute to Joel for becoming a member of the channel. All right. See here. Awesome. Shout out to Yankee Lover 100 said, I want a great O-line, not great skill players. Hey, man, you got a quarterback that requires great skill players and a great O-line, so I don't know what to tell you. They trying to figure it out. Omnaron, been a member 14 months. Omnaron been rocking with me for a long time, all right? He said, I hear we are talking to Gronk. We might be. Matter of fact, I might have actually been excited about that one. I probably would have been excited about that one. So, yeah. And shout out to TD Finstalk. He gifted 5 memberships today. Salute to everybody showing love. Also to those who drop love in the Cash App, helping me out with the training camp fund. It's not cheap to travel. So those who've been dropping the $5 to $10 to $20, I appreciate the love and support. I'm trying to go to Chicago and Detroit. If we get enough, I can. If not, then it's all good. But we'll see. But I want to be able to capture as much as I possibly can. So the training camp fund is via Cash App. If you don't know the Cash App, it's ticking at the bottom of the screen below. Cash App, $ TD Fins Talk, training camp support. Thank you in advance. All right. But let me see here. Let me make sure I get the right shout out to Scant Dollar. I don't know if I read this yesterday. He was the last one yesterday. Dropped off some love to the channel. Salute to you, Scant Dollar. He said, for more training camp love. Thank you, brother. All appreciate it. Big time. All right. Yeah. Oh, but anyway, yeah. So that's the whole situation with the Darren Waller. Salute to everybody watching right now, though. Let me see. We got 533 on YouTube and 479 on X. Our Twitch viewers here. Facebook ain't nobody live on right now, which is weird. Usually Facebook. Oh well, it's just in and out. But yeah, outside of that, Waller about to make a mixtape in Miami. Y'all crazy, man. Hey, we also, I want to give a special shout out to the channel because yesterday we had 32,350 subscribers. We got 32,397 now. So in one day, we added about 47 members to the family. We're about to cross over to 32,400. 3 more subs. So welcome to the family, all the new viewers. If you're on X, Facebook, Twitch, go to YouTube and subscribe to the channel now. Go to YouTube and subscribe to the channel now, okay? All right, we want to drive as many people to YouTube as possible because they are the ones who support the channel the most as far as giving back so that we can do bigger and better things, all right? So again, if you're viewing on another platform, go to YouTube, find TD Finstalk, and hit that subscribe button so we can continue to grow our family base and do bigger and better things. All right, so there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Miami Dolphins trade for tight end Darren Waller. I'm hoping that I gave you all the information that you need to know and that I left no stone unturned from an informational standpoint so you understand what this move is. Is it something we should be excited about, or is it something we should be optimistic of? And I've already given you my take on that, all right? I'm going to open it up for a few minutes. If there's any questions you might have, put them in the chat right now, okay? No, you didn't look at PFF grades. Jonathan, wow, you keep on bringing up PFF grades in Minka. What is it that you want me to see? All right, Minka's PFF. Minka Fitz. I can look it up real quick if you really need me to. All right. I see you keep asking, so no worries. I can take care of you. We are senior home care for players. Wow, man. Salute to you, Meyer. Just another Shaq Berry. Maybe, I don't know. All right, so Minka on PFF, he was rated the 52nd ranked safety, strong safety out of 171. When you put that, that's top of the second quartile. Like when you bucket players in quartile 1, 2, 3, 4, 1 being the best, that's pretty much top of the second. He's 6th in snap count, so the durability is amazing. 38th in interceptions. I'm not a big advocate of counting interceptions. Impact on game is more important to me than interceptions. And pass breakups, he's 3rd in the league, still doing his thing there. So, 3 pass breakups. He's 27th in the league, and that's first quartile. So his durability is first quartile. Well, no, excuse me. His interceptions are first quartile, even though it's just 1. His pass breakups are first quartile. His snap count is top of the first quartile, and his overall grade is high second quartile. Hey, I don't have a problem. That's still good. I think we only look at that number, that overall grade, sometimes. So when we look at ranked 52nd, don't just look at 52nd. 52nd out of 75 is bad, but 52nd out of 171, that ain't terrible, man. That's not as bad as people would make it out to seem. Okay? And let me show y'all something real quick. Share screen. All right, so this is how you got to look at it, man. It's crazy coming right back to Miami. But yeah, man, this is how you got to look at it. So far, it's still fine. I don't see the issue. You know, not his best year, but that's still a better year than a lot of safeties. Do we need to look up the safeties that we have now? Yeah, I'm good with this. Also, we can go ahead and take a look at somebody said look up Jalen Ramsey's. Okay. Jalen Ramsey. All right. Yeah, I mean, and Jalen Ramsey's his color chart is a lot better. But if we're talking about, his ranking out of all the players at the position, he's fallen a little, but he's still up there pretty high, though. Yeah. They say he was terrible at tackling last year. But coverage, everything's still good. Run defense, big time. TD rocks for the most part. PFF is trash, by the way. Listen to Tony. I'm gonna always be an advocate for data. It's the furthest thing away from trash to me. Some people love to point out, one-off situations where how does this make sense? Well, I've studied how PFF grades, and I get it. But remember, there's still a plus minus, a error factor, and they tell you the plus minus. So you always got to think in those terms. This can be 4 higher or 4 lower or whatever they have their plus minus as. All right. Yeah. So at the end of the day, PFF provides data. Does the data, can it have some flaws in it? Yeah, of course. But what data, if you're judging the data, what data wouldn't? But if it's the only form of data, it's crazy to, talk down on it. Now, there's some other things, but at the end of the day, at least they have a system. At least they have a system, whether we agree with it or not. The reality is, no matter what you agree with or not, it's never egregiously just off. Oh, they got this person 12th. They should be 9th. Okay, that's not egregiously off. It's just a gauge. Yeah, but the grading scale is very inconsistent. Again, Tony, make sure that you understand the grading scale. Don't just look at the scale. Don't just say, oh my gosh, Josh Allen had the exact same stat line as Jalen Hurts, and Hurts got a 70 and Allen got a 78. That don't make sense. There's factors in the data. Josh Allen's may have had less yak, or Hurts may have come off of more attempts, or what. I mean, there's so much. I'm a data person. So when I study it, I see some of the inconsistencies, but it's one of the most accurate things that I can find. I actually never have an issue with PFF. I just think when it doesn't present people's narrative, they dog it. Because a lot of people that's, if it don't present their narrative, they dog it. I see those same people referencing it whenever it meets their criteria. So, yeah, it's not a perfect tool, but it's a tool that can be it can be good for gauging. Somebody said Deshaun Elliott better than Minka. Let me see here. That's a good one to look up. I spelled it wrong. Deshaun Elliott. Yeah, let's see how he did with Pittsburgh last year. I never looked at his grading. I just know he performed overall very well. Yep. See? And you know what? Somebody corrected me yesterday. I forgot who it was. So whoever it was, salute to you, because you were right. You were right. I looked it up and I found the interview. I kept saying, the Dolphins are crazy. Why didn't we just re-up Deshaun Elliott? And somebody hit me in the comment section with a comment of why they didn't. And I looked it up. I was like, dang, they sure right. And I remembered this, but I didn't remember it to say it. They couldn't re-up Deshaun Elliott. He didn't want to be with Miami anymore. He talked trash about Miami when he left. He didn't want to be here anymore. Which sucks because that shows you, man, it's just bad, man. Like the better players, man, they ain't trying to hear it. He didn't want to be back with Miami. That's why they let Minka go, TD. I know, because they're getting great play from Deshaun Elliott. I know it. Playing the same position. SS. And did I already look up Minka? Oh. Or did I look up his advanced analytics? Yeah, I did. I already did. Yeah. Look at that. He got some strong safety in here too, but free safety. They kind of shifted because Minka was playing strong safety. And Deshaun Elliott end up taking it and Minka in the free safety role, flexing around. King Lotsky in the building. King Lotsky, man, the Fraud Fish will go 4-13. Hey, we might, but we're going to be better than y'all. We still going to be better than the Jets. You remember that. You remember that. You make sure you remember that. Don't ever forget it. I don't care how bad we are, we still going to be better than the Jets. It's written. It is written. The Jets will, from this point forward, the Jets will never be better than the Miami Dolphins. Yeah, hey, King Lowski, I didn't say we were better. I just say we better than y'all. We will always be better than y'all. Y'all can have more talent and we'll be better than y'all. Trash Jets. Ain't nobody worried about no Jets. Bum Jets. Anyway, Jets will own Dolphins this year. Sko, you lie to yourself, you lie to whoever. If you lie to yourself, you'll lie to whoever. The Jets will own Dolphins. Man, what's wrong with y'all? Y'all got a quarterback that can't even hit a barn door. Putting all y'all faith in Justin Fields. That catch radius better be 6 feet. Y'all better go get some giants. Listen, man, y'all better run that football. That's about all y'all gonna do. If you can do that. Anyway, I ain't entertaining y'all Jets fans coming in here talking noise. Y'all ain't ready for us, man. Y'all think y'all are. You're not ready for us. I don't care how bad we are. Y'all still the Jets. You get Aaron Glenn and you think your life done changed. Same thing you did. You ruined Aaron Rodgers. You ruined everything you get. Everything you get, you ruin. Don't talk about us. Don't talk about us. Everything you get, you ruin. Trash Jets. Anyway, I ain't finna let them get me riled up. We gonna whoop y'all week 4. Y'all ain't even gonna show up. I don't even know who your quarterback gonna be. Your coach might be fired by week 4. That's how bad y'all is. Your new coach might be fired by week 4. I'm telling y'all think I'm playing. Jets ain't winning more than 3 games. Jets ain't winning more than 3 games. Got the nerve to come in here and talk about we going 4-13. Man, get out of here, man. Get out of here. Crazy talk. 4 games. Listen, whatever. Anyway. All right, man. Outside of that, man, any questions in the chat? I'll answer a few questions before I get up out of here, all right? Put your questions in the chat right now, ladies and gentlemen. Lowski, it's all right, man. Get over it, bro. You want to talk about Zach Wilson. Y'all just didn't know how to use him. If Tua go down, we'll show you how it's done. We will show you. We will show you. All right. Frank Smith was Waller's former coach. Oh, I didn't realize that. Good observation. Nice. Well, again, I ain't putting much stock in this Waller thing. Make it through camp, bro, and be on the 53 and make us feel okay. Let's go now. You know? And again, I'll have a prime seat right there at training camp watching Waller. I'll be sitting right there. Okay, let's see what he is. Is he something? Let's see. Let's take a look. Let's see. Do you honestly feel Waller can't replicate Smythe 2023? I think you're missing what we're saying here. And don't forget, Smythe had like 83% catch percentage. So four out of 5 catches, he caught it. But Prime Waller is definitely capable of exceeding all of that. My problem with Waller's play, I'm not worried about. He's a gamer. Do you have the love and desire to play, and can your body even sustain? That's what matters. Like, he had a freak accident and ended up in the hospital. Not accident, but he had some health scare. Okay, I'm not even worried about that. But people forget he was so banged up before that. And then he literally said out of his own mouth, and that's all that matters to me, out of his own mouth when he retired, his love for the game has been constantly diminishing. Man, listen, that makes me feel like this is an attempted payday, man. I need some money. Get me back in the league, Drew. Who need me? Oh, I got an opening for you right now. Hey, Greer, I can get you on. Hey, I can get this guy a deal, give him a little bit of signing bonus, and make a conditional contract. I know you need a tight end. I just sent Jonnu off, and this is a no long-term commitment. Chris Greer. Does he have any injuries? Nah, he's fully healed from his injuries. Nah, he ain't for us then. I mean, his ankle, bothering him. All right, bring him in. Oh, man. I'm just saying, Waller can be a threat for us, but the problem is he going to be a threat for us? We don't know what to expect. This is a wild card if you ever seen one. He might retire before camp even over. Or he plays and is good for us. Or he plays and he's not good. We don't know. So this is a wild card. There's nothing to really think through. Yeah, exactly. I was just finna say the man over 30. He 32 years old. So yeah. We all seen Ramsey get cooked last year. Oh, here we go. Is that a Patriots fan? Or Buffalo? I don't know who that is. It was last year by Garrett. We know Minka's still young. I'll take Minka any day. Again, all of these contracts, the players aren't the issue. It's Minka isn't an issue to me. Let's see what we get out of Minka, right? I don't think the play is going to be an issue. My issue with Minka is right now this team is not built to win like a Super Bowl, right? So you brought in Minka. Yeah, we got Minka back. He may not even be on the roster next year. That's all that matters to me. That's what matters to me. So that got to be figured out, man. And a lot of y'all don't know what I'm talking about. Let me go ahead and let me share it with you, because we love to make sure we give you evidence on the things that we say so you understand where I'm coming from. All right. So when you look at Minka Fitzpatrick's contract, all right, the Dolphins, take a look at this, right? $15.5 million cap hit this year. And they changed it since yesterday. So they've already made some adjustments, which is very interesting. Okay. And Pittsburgh is accruing some dead cap, $7 million this year, $7 million next year. Pittsburgh dead cap they're going to have to deal with. But look at his contract. $15.5 million this year, dead cap of $14 million. He going to be on the team. But next year, there ain't no real guarantees. He's due for $18 million next year, but only $6.8 million in dead cap, and all the guarantees are pretty much paid. All the guarantees are pretty much paid. So Minka Fitzpatrick, right now, his agent's like, hey, can we work on a long-term extended deal? We can help you out with the price because we're starting a year early. And Miami may do it. I hope they would do it if they believe in him for the future. Save some money by doing it now. But they might very well be like, no, we'll revisit it next offseason. And next offseason, ain't no games being played. Minka ain't stepping on that field at 30 years old next year without a new deal. He ain't stepping out there without a new deal at 30 years old. He ain't trying to hit that year-by-year stuff and then one injury and he be signing a 1-year, $8 million deal. Minka, in the last few years, in the last 4 years, he had 2 years of great play and 2 years of above average play. So he still got that value tag on him. So therefore, the league, there's teams that will pay him on a 3-year deal. So his agent's probably aggressive right now. Right now, his agent's probably like, we need to get something done now. Pressuring them. But I believe Miami, if they don't do that, they can push it to the next year and say, hey, we'll talk about it next offseason. And at that time, Miami, look at all the savings, man. $18 million, but only $7 million in dead cap. Yeah, they could have voidable years and spread that out just like Pittsburgh just did. And they can trade him or release him next year. So we don't even know if Minka going to be on this roster. So whenever we keep saying, oh, I'll take a Minka Fitzpatrick all day, that, man, the problem is, as of right now, that's only for this year. That's what you call an expiring contract. Expiring deals. So we'll see. We shall see. All right, y'all. Outside of that, man, thank y'all so much for tuning in to TD Fans Talk, home of the real Miami Dolphin fans. As always, congratulations to all the family members of this channel. We just hit 32,401 subscribers, so we continue to do bigger and better things and continue to grow. Thank you for everybody and their contribution to making that happen. Once again, salute to everybody donating to the training camp fund. Is greatly appreciated. It really helps me to be able to go down and get real coverage. Sabrina, Mark, Scant, thank you. Oscar, thank you. Eric Towns, thank you. Let's see, Alex Adam, thank you. David Kravitz, thank you. And David Kravitz, thank you. So salute to those who are showing some love, those who are going to show love, and those who want to but can't. Salute to all y'all. All right, y'all, I'm finna get up out of here. TD Fans Talk, home of the real Miami Dolphin fans. Fins up no matter what. Y'all stay blessed. I'll see y'all later today. Peace. I am out.